Goal kicks in soccer are critical for restarting the game and initiating attacking plays. A well executed goal kick can provide your team with a strategic advantage. Here's a brief tutorial on how to master goal kicks. So step 1, we start with the positioning. So the goalkeeper obviously is going to be in charge of taking goal kicks most of the time, and he'll position the ball inside or on the line of the 6-yard box, either to the left or the right, or even in the centre depending on the situation. Up until a few seasons ago, the ball had to come out of the box with the first kick of a goal kick, and so all defenders in your side would have to stand outside of the box in order to receive it, with the opposition attackers also not allowed inside of the box, and so they could be positioned high up, looking to press you around your box if you do look to play out, or they could instead look to retreat into deeper positions. Step number 2, the technique. So after you've placed the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box, either on the right or the left side depending on what the goalkeeper prefers, and also depending on whatever their stronger foot is. Now for your body positioning as you prepare to run up to the ball, you want to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, on the balls of your feet with your knees slightly bent, and your body upright or slightly leaning forward for balance as well. Whilst you do only need a short approach, you do want to make sure it's long enough for you to generate enough power, probably about 2 to 3 steps away from the ball, and the more you focus on precision rather than just power, the more accurate your goal kicks are going to get over time. If you only focus on power, it's essentially going to be a long boot down the pitch rather than a long pass, and if you do have a keeper with excellent long passing ability, this can be an absolute game changer in terms of progressing the ball up the pitch. Step 3, the execution. So for the contact, you want to strike the ball with your laces of your shoe, keeping your ankle firm and your toes pointed down. If done correctly, this technique should provide maximum power, control and also accuracy. But of course, all 3 of these are affected by your leg strength, as well as how good your all-round technique is. For the follow through, you want your kicking foot to be pointing towards the target, and so the follow through should also move in that direction, as this ensures proper direction and minimises the chance of miss-hitting the ball. Step 4, target and strategy. So for a short pass, if a teammate is in a good position, either inside or outside of your box, you can look for more of a short passing option, as this will allow your team to build up from the back, and it's especially good for sides who are better in possession, playing through pressure, and just gives you more certainty of controlling the ball and less likely to lose possession, whereas a long ball can be more applicable if your team needs to relieve pressure or initiate a counter-attack, or if you have a forward further up the pitch who excels in aerial situations, you can look to utilise their aerial ability by playing long passes into their direction, hoping they're able to knock the ball down for a teammate, enabling you to quickly progress the ball up the pitch, rather than looking for a shorter pass and trying to build up from the back and potentially losing the ball in a dangerous position. And so really the strategy behind any or every goal kick should really be defined before the game by the manager, depending on the style of play that a team wants to use in possession. And we can see this better from a tactical point of view by looking at a diagram of the field. If you are a team that prioritises keeping possession, then building out from the back by playing a short pass to either one of the centre backs will probably be the goal kick that you would take most often. Although if the opposition seeks to press you aggressively by pushing more men forward for the anticipated press, you can instead look for a longer pass with maybe a clip over the front line press, going out to the fullbacks on the flanks, as they will always likely be an option, especially if the opposition is using a narrow pressing shape, which most of the time they will be doing. However, the fullbacks receiving in these wide positions can leave them with limited options and potentially make them easy targets to press. And so if you can thread a goal kick through the pressing lines into a teammate in behind the opposition's midfield, this is probably the optimal goal kick for most sides, as if your teammate can then control the pass and turn, they can now look to progress the ball forward into the opposition's half, looking to release players in behind the opposition's back line. However, this option is going to be limited, as opposition centre backs or the defensive midfielder will be looking to follow any players into this area in order to cut off this type of pass. If all options are being closed off, you may have to resort to a long kick upfield, looking for one of the forwards to win an aerial duel. Now obviously, if your striker's 5'6" and not that great in the air, this is mostly just going to play into the hands of the centre backs. However, if you have a centre forward such as Erling Haaland or Victor Osimhen, they can either look to win the aerial ball or bring it down on their chest and knock it down for one of the players around them, who can look to run off their marker and receive the ball, and now your team can look to start the attack from the middle third rather than looking to play out of the opposition's high press. But also you could look to take advantage of the deeper movement of a forward to drag an opposition defender out of the back line, leaving space for a winger to make a diagonal run into, and then you can look to directly set up a goal scoring chance, If you have the passing range to play a long ball over the top of the back line, progressing the ball up the pitch directly by looking to release a runner in behind the opposition's back line, looking to get them running through on goal. Step 5. Communication. Signal to your teammates. You can use hand signals or vocal cues to inform your teammates of your intended direction of the goal kick. And it also helps to anticipate the movement of your teammates, as there may be a vacant space for one of your teammates to run into, but if they run too early, that gap gets closed off. And so if you are able to anticipate where the space is going to develop and where your teammates could potentially make runs into, this will allow you to be one step ahead of the opposition and use your goal kicks to full effect. Step 6. Practice and adaptation. Goalkeepers should be regularly practicing goal kicks to improve technique, accuracy and consistency. But you also need to be able to evaluate the game situation and adapt to the game situation accordingly before deciding on either a short or a long goal kick. As maybe later on in the game you don't want to be inviting pressure by playing out from the back, and so a long ball upfield could be the better option. But you have to be prepared to be adaptive and adjust your strategy based on the positioning of not just the opponents but also your teammates as well. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, check out some of our others, and subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you do get notified when our videos come out.